Good morning to all the dignitaries, researchers, faculties of various colleges, universities, and all my dear students. I, Assistant Professor Amna Hussain, Faculty of BCom Department and the Secretary of National Conference of Shree Tiwari Degree College, welcomes you all to the one-day national level multidisciplinary e-conference. So I welcome you all on this auspicious day of our national level e-conference. Now before we start with the inauguration ceremony, I would like to take this opportunity to introduce the dignitaries for the day. We have with us our founder chairman of Rahul Education, Shri L.R. Tiwari ji. We have Professor Rajesh Arora, Honorable Vice Chancellor of Apex Professional University, Arunachal Pradesh. We also have our dear Madam, Joint Secretary of Rahul Education, Srimati Krishna Tiwari Madam. Dr. Arvind Luhar Sir, Chairman of Board of Studies, University of Mumbai, and he is also the Chairperson of Indian Accounting Association, Thane branch. We have Dr. Pramod Kumar Pandey, Director of Indian Council of Agriculture Research, Directorate of Cold Water Fisheries, Bhimtal, Nainital, Uttarakhand. We also have with us Dr. Nishikant Jha Sir, Vice Principal of Thakur College of Science and Commerce, and Sir is also the Secretary of Indian Accounting Association, Thane branch. And we also have Principal Sir of Sri L.R. Tiwari Degree College, and he is also the Chairperson of this national conference, Dr. Sanjay Mishra Sir. And not to forget, we have Assistant Professor Daksha Chaudhary Madam, the conference convener. So I welcome you all on this auspicious day of our national conference. To begin with, a little bit of introduction of the conference. The Internal Quality Assurance Cell of SLRTDC, in collaboration with University of Mumbai and Indian Accounting Association Thane branch, we have organized this one-day national level multidisciplinary e-conference. As you all know, the theme of the conference is digital, space, innovation and transformation, the futuristic approach leading the world. So let's begin with the inauguration ceremony. I would request, and this is giving me immense pride and pleasure, to introduce you all to the national conference and moving forward towards the inauguration ceremony. As we all know, things have changed a little bit. Everything is here on the virtual platform. So today we have our inauguration ceremony also. I would request our founder chairman of Rahul Education, Shri L.R. Tiwari Sir, to inaugurate the national conference by pressing the enter button.
May I request our dear Chairman Sir to kindly press the enter button for the inaugural ceremony to inaugurate the one-day national e-conference. Yes, Rutika, go ahead.
Yes, Yogesh sir, kindly.
Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you so much, sir, our dear founder chairman of Rahul Education, Shri L.R. Tiwari sir, for inaugurating the national conference on this virtual platform. Now, may I request Professor Rajesh Arora, the Honorable Vice Chancellor of Apex Professional University, Arunachal Pradesh, to light the virtual lamp and announce the inauguration of national conference as open for discussion and will be followed by Saraswati Vandana as well. I request Professor Rajesh Arora to do the honors.
I have the lamp in my hand.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
That is great.
Yogesh sir, go ahead.
Yeah, Shivam Karoti Kalyanam Arogya Dhansampada Chatru Buddhi Vinashaya Deepam Jyoti Namaste.
Thank
Deepa
you, sir.
Jyoti
Thank you.
Parabrahma Deepa Jyoti Janardhanam Deepo Hartu Me Papa, Deepo Devo, Namastute.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
We move forward with Saraswati Vandana.
या कुन्देडु तुषारहार धवला या शुभ्रवस्त्रावृता या वीणावरदण्डमण्डितकरा या श्वेतपद्मासना या ब्रह्माच्युत शङ्कर प्रभृतिभिः देवैः सरस्वती भगवती निषेधजाड्या शुक्लां ब्रह्म विचार सार परमा अद्यां जगद्व्यापिनीं वीणा पुस्तकधारिणीम् अभयदाम् जाड्याधकारापहां हस्ते स्फाटिकमालिकं विदधतीं पद्मासने संस्थितां वन्दे तां परमेश्वरीं भगवतीं बुद्धिप्रदां शारदाम्.
Yes, with the blessings of Ma Saraswati, Ma Goddess Lakshmi, as well as Goddess Ganpati. Ganpati ji, we go ahead, we move ahead, please.
I request Honorable Vice Chancellor of Apex Professional University to kindly declare the session as open for the National Conference.
Good morning. I declare the session open for discussions.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir. Now may I call upon Assistant Professor Daksha Chaudhary Madam, Conference Convener, to introduce about Rahul Education and our college as well. Over to you, Daksha ma'am.
Thank you, Amna ma'am. A very good morning to all. I, Assistant Professor Daksha Chaudhary, Conference Convener and Coordinator of Internal Quality Assurance Cell of Shree Tiwari Degree College, finds immense pleasure and privilege to welcome all the dignitaries, research scholars, faculties, participants, and students for one-day national level multidisciplinary e-conference on the theme Digital, Space, Innovation, and Transformation, the Futuristic Approach Leading the World, organized by the IQSC cell of Shree Tiwari Degree College of Arts, Commerce, and Science, in collaboration with University of Mumbai and Indian Accounting Association, Thane branch. It gives me a great pleasure to introduce Rahul Education and Shree Tiwari Degree College on this virtual platform at national level e-conference. Since 1992, Rahul Education has been committed to deliver good quality education aimed at all-round development of the child. Rahul Education is the parent organization covering 5 registered educational societies, is a reputed quality education provider. It comprises 58 institutions spread across Thane, Palghar, Pune districts of Maharashtra, and Chindoli districts of Uttar Pradesh. Ever since the commencement of its first school in Hinder in the year 1992, Rahul Education has meticulously followed the path of delivering 360-degree quality education. Rahul Education is already providing education in all streams of engineering, polytechnic, architecture, design studies, Degree College of Arts, Commerce and Science, Law College, M8, B8, DT Ed, ECC Ed, Junior College of Commerce and Science, IGCSE, ICSE, CBSE and SSC curriculum. Its vision in the pipelines are expansion of its horizon by venturing into the subsequent areas of medicine management, PG programs, and so forth. Spreading education to more than lakh students by 2022 is the earnest goal. Now, about the SLRTDC Degree College. The college was established on 26 June 2018. The college got its permission from the government of Maharashtra and is affiliated to University of Mumbai. The college has been named after Sri Lalan Ramdhar Tiwari sir, our founder chairman of Rahul Education, a renowned educationist and social activist who has devoted himself to empowering education at western suburbs at Mumbai city. The college is blessed to have a very young and dynamic, motivating and guiding principal, respected Dr. Sanjay Mishra. Sir has completed his PhD in management and has a vast experience of more than 21 years in the field of education. Under his able guidance and leadership, the college will definitely achieve a milestone in the future. The college offers traditional as well as professional courses, namely Bachelor of Commerce, Bachelor of Arts in Multimedia and Mass Communication, Bachelor of Accounting and Finance, Bachelor of Banking and Insurance, Bachelor of Management Studies, BSc in Information Technology, BSc in Computer Science, BSc in Hospitality Studies, and the highly demanded and the upcoming courses in Bachelor in Data Science and BSc in Actuarial Science. The college has committed to provide quality education and being center of excellence in the process of facilitating effective teaching and learning with several career-oriented specialty programs. The college has highly qualified, devoted, and committed faculty. More than 75% of them are engaged in various research activities. The college has a spacious campus with an ideal building and the state-of-art infrastructure. It is notable for quality education. The college has been established as a SPOC, that is single point of contact, and local chapter by Swayam NPTEL with LCID 4336 in the academic year 2021. The college has constituted training and placement cell as it provides training to undergraduate students by associating with professional and corporates. The college has also associated and endorsed with TechnoServe, which is an international non-profit organization for providing soft skill training and personality development program to undergraduate students of the college. This institution intends to make a young India well-educated and confident. This e-conference would be an excellent platform for research scholars and faculties to articulate their research work in the field of digital world. This would be of assistance for the researchers to convey a diversified outlook towards various issues, opportunities, approaches, models, and practices followed across the globe. This e-conference would also assist and drive the students towards their growth and development in the new age technology, thus enhancing their proficiency and adaptability with this new normal. Thank you so much. Over to you, Amna ma'am.
Thank you, Daksha ma'am, for enlightening us about our, the Rahul Education Society at large, about the college as well. It gives us immense pleasure to introduce about the entire Rahul Education campus also and the college as well. Now moving forward, I would like to call upon our beloved principal of Sri L.R. Tiwari Degree College and the chairperson of our national conference, Dr. Sanjay Mishra sir. Sir is here to give a welcome address for the national conference. Over to you, Principal Sir.
Thank you very much, Amna. First of all, very good morning. A very cheerful and jovial good morning to the managing committee members. Our dear Chairman Sir, Sri L.R. Tiwari ji. We also have the Joint Secretary Ma'am, Krishna Tiwari Ma'am, with us on this particular virtual platform. The dignitaries, the researchers, fellow colleagues, research aspirants, participants, and all my dear students. It is a matter of immense delight and honor to close at hand the academic year 2021 with enthusiasm, zeal, and determination. We are pleased to welcome you all for the one-day national level multidisciplinary e-conference on the theme Digital, Space, Innovation and Transformation, the Futuristic Approach Leading the World, which is organized by IQAC cell of Shree Tiwari Degree College in collaboration with University of Mumbai and Indian Accounting Association, Thane branch. Digitalization has almost touched every space of corporate and the professional life. Research and innovation has compelled us to transform and adapt this new normal. And basically, if I talk about it, is during this particular pandemic that we all had to go virtual. We all had to use around the online platforms. The futuristic approach would demand robotics, automation, artificial intelligence, machine learning, data science, and so forth. We have to keep abreast ourselves with the new age technology, adapt and adjust with the changing time to be at par with the world. The conference theme aims to bring diverse ideologies and serve as a conic for research scholars for presenting their innovative ideas in multidisciplinary domain. The conference has 5 tracks comprising of marketing, HRM, accounting and finance, IT and operation, and there was a special track for the students' research paper. Various tracks with the suggestive sub-themes have opened the Pandora of thoughts for penning the research papers. Each and every research paper submitted were sent for blind peer review research paper committee and selected for the publication. The selected papers are published in the volume 1 of IJAIR, that is International Journal of Advanced Innovation and Research, which is a peer-reviewed journal. High-quality research papers selected by the committee are sent for the publication in UGC Care Listed Journal Group 2, as well as Web of Science ESCI Index Journal, that is the International Journal of Modern Agriculture, which is from Jordan. We are proud to announce that we have received 102 research papers, of which 20 papers are from the research aspirant students. 18 research papers will be published in UGC Care Listed Journal, and the rest papers will be published in 2 different volumes of peer-reviewed journal. At this inaugural session, I would like to take the opportunity to welcome our respected founder chairman, Shri Lalanar Tiwari ji, the guiding force behind our success story, a man of high stature with simplicity of thoughts, who has always motivated us to walk an extra mile to achieve the set goals. Warm welcome to you, sir. I welcome the chief guest of the inaugural session, Professor Rajesh Arora ji, the Vice Chancellor of Apex Professional University, Arunachal Pradesh. Dear sir, I still remember the day when I happened to meet you at Chetna Institute of Management and Research. Sir has really motivated and guided me. Thank you very much, sir, for that. A very highly learned persona with a vast experience in the national and the international front. Sir has led and built strategic path that would help the organization reach the pinnacle of success. Warm welcome to you, sir. We also have amongst us Shri Rahul Tiwari ji, the young, energetic and dynamic secretary of Rahul Education, who is leading the group with the examples. His vision is emphasizing on the strategies of building strong pillars for higher education. Warm welcome, sir. We have amongst us Srimati Krishna Tiwari ji, the joint secretary of Rahul Education, a strong lady of her words and deeds, always ready to shoulder big responsibilities for the growth of the organization, a staunch believer of innovative ideologies. Warm welcome, ma'am. We have amongst us Dr. Pramod Kumar Pandey ji, the Dean, College of Fisheries, Central Agriculture University, Tripura. But over here, with the permission of Dr. P.K. Pandey ji, I would like to take this opportunity to announce that Shri P.K. Pandey ji, just 2 days before, he has been promoted to the post of the Directorate of the Cold Water Fisheries Research at Bhimtal near Nainital, Uttarakhand. Many congratulations to you, sir. Sir P.K. Pandey ji is a man with a simplicity of thoughts and deeds, always found mingling with his colleagues and the students. Under his able leadership, the learners have achieved great milestones. Warm welcome, sir. We have amongst us Dr. Arvind Luhar, sir, the Chairman, Board of Studies in Accountancy, University of Mumbai, and the Chairman, Indian Accounting Association, Thane chapter. A well-known face among all these colleges in the University of Mumbai, always ready to support and guide all those who come in contact. And I'm very much proud to say that he is my guru, my guide. And today, if I've reached here in this higher education, this particular position, it is only because of his guidance, sir. Warm welcome to you, sir. We also have the Dr. Pooja Ramchandani, madam, the principal of HR College of Commerce and Management. We have Dr. Nishikant Jha, sir, the vice principal of Thakur College of Science and Commerce and the secretary of Indian Accounting Association, Thane branch. He is a friend, a philosopher, a man of substance and endurance, a proud owner of 5 national and 1 Australian patent. Warm welcome, sir. We have Dr. V.S. Kanan, the vice principal of KES Shroff College. We also have Dr. Kuldeep Sharma, sir, the head of research department, KPB Hinduja College of Commerce. And he is also the treasurer of Indian Accounting Association, Thane branch. A cool-headed man with a charming personality, a master with a statistical tool who has always helped and guided others to learn the techniques. Warm welcome, sir. Dr. Malti Iyer, madam, the HOD of Commerce, Vivek College. Mr. Ajit Yadav, the young, dynamic public relation officer of the Indian Accounting Association. I also take the opportunity to welcome all the researchers, the paper presenters, the faculty from the different colleges and universities across India, the aspiring student researchers, the faculties of Shree SLRTDC Degree College, the faculty, the principals of Rahul Education, the non-teaching staff of my college, and all my dear students. Thank you very much. Over to you, Amna.
Thank you so much, sir. Now I would, just like to say this, that thank you, sir, for giving us all the details of the research paper and all the journals also, and for welcoming all the dignitaries, the participants, the research scholars, the faculty members, and also the students who have joined us on this virtual platform. Thank you very much, sir. Now, as we move forward, I would request our Honorable Joint Secretary of Rahul Education, Srimati Krishna Tiwari Madam, to enlighten us with her words of wisdom on this day of National Conference.
Hello.
Hello, am I
Yes,
audible?
Yes, ma'am, you're audible.
Yeah. Good morning, everyone present here today for the National Conference. I, Krishna Tiwari, Joint Secretary of Rahul Education, welcome you all for the research one-day national level research conference. I find very much, I find immense pleasure in inviting you all on this day, especially all the dignitaries and the honorable guests present here today for inaugurating this national level conference. I thank to Dr. Sanjay Mishra, who took the initiative with all his staff and everybody of the college dignitaries who welcome and organize such a beautiful conference. With all this, I am delighted to know that the IQAC cell of Shree SLRTDC Degree College has organized this national conference, which is digital, space, innovation, and transformation based, which is the futuristic approach leading to the world. The research in this I'm sorry for the network error, please. The objective of the e-conference is to contribute towards understanding the perspective of each aspects of digital space innovation and transformation across the globe. As we all know, we are all hit by the pandemic. Today, digital support is the only one medium to support us and let the knowledge flow across the world. And the knowledge cannot stop being floated in the world for everyone's growth and development. So with this, I welcome all the researchers, all the aspirants, and everybody to forward this kind of national conferences, whether it be virtual, and make the globe understand about each and every benefit of the digital space innovation and transformation. Hello.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Sanjay sir. Thank you so much, Sanjay sir, and all the staff members of Shree Tiwari Degree College to organize this kind of national conference. And I wish you all continue with the same year after year and make the world aware of each and every benefit of the digital world, which is taking a futuristic approach. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, our Honorable Joint Secretary of Rahul Education, Srimati Krishna Tiwari Madam. Thank you for all the words of inspiration and for guiding us and supporting us always. Thank you so much, ma'am. I take this opportunity to call upon our respected founder of Rahul Education, Shri L.R. Tiwari ji, to bless us on this day with his words of motivation and guidance.
ऑनलाइन मंच पर आए हुए अतिथिगण, शोधकर्ताओं, प्रिंसिपल, शिक्षकगण एवं प्यारे विद्यार्थियों का इस राष्ट्रीय सम्मेलन में हार्दिक स्वागत करता हूं। सर्वप्रथम इस राष्ट्रीय सम्मेलन में उपस्थित मुख्य अतिथि प्रोफेसर राजेश अरोड़ा, माननीय कुलपति एपेक्स प्रोफेशनल यूनिवर्सिटी अरुणाचल प्रदेश, हमारे अन्य अतिथि डॉक्टर अरविंद लोहार, बोर्ड ऑफ स्टडी बम्बई यूनिवर्सिटी के हैं, डॉक्टर प्रमोद कुमार पांडे, डीएन कॉलेज ऑफ फिशरीज, सेंट्रल एग्रीकल्चर यूनिवर्सिटी त्रिपुरा के हैं। इसके उपरांत डॉक्टर निशिकांत झा, वाइस प्रिंसिपल ठाकुर कॉलेज ऑफ साइंस एंड कॉमर्स के हैं। इस सभी को एक बार फिर से मैं अभिवादन करता हूं, जिन्होंने इस सम्मेलन में अपना समय दिया। सबसे पहले मैं अपने प्रिंसिपल और स्टाफ के सदस्यों को ई बहुविषयक नेशनल कॉन्फ्रेंस के आयोजन के लिए बधाई देता हूं। इस सम्मेलन का विषय अनूठा और आकर्षक है, क्योंकि यह अनुसंधान नवाचार को सामने लाता है और हमें नए युग की तकनीक के उचित उपयोग के साथ साथ देश के नए भविष्य का निर्माण हमें सहायता करेगा। यह सम्मेलन दुनिया भर में डिजिटल अंतरिक्ष, नवाचार और परिवर्तन के विभिन्न पहलुओं पर चर्चा करने के लिए विविध विषयों के शोधकर्ताओं, विद्वानों और व्यावसायिक व्यक्ति को अपने अनुभव व्यक्त करने के लिए एक मंच प्रदान करेगा। राहुल शिक्षा संस्थान हमेशा समाज के अनुसंधान के लिए उन्मुख मंच प्रदान करने और युवाओं को भविष्य की चुनौती का सामना करने के लिए प्रशिक्षित करने का बीड़ा उठाया और उसमें सफलता पाई है। हमें उम्मीद है यह सम्मेलन एक बेहतर कर के लिए मन प्रज्वलित करने का एक उत्प्रेरक के रूप में अवश्य कार्य करेगा। मुझे विश्वास है यह सम्मेलन केंद्रीय एवं नए विधानों के साथ उत्साह और आनंद भी लाएगा, जो दुनिया को आधुनिक तकनीक के दुष्प्रभावों से निपटने में सहायता करेगी और दुनिया को जीने के लिए एक बेहतर स्थान बना देगा। मैं इस सम्मेलन में सफलता के लिए पुनः अपना समर्थन और शुभकामनाएं देता हूं। धन्यवाद। जय हिंद, जय महाराष्ट्र।
Thank you so much to our respected founder, Chairman Sir, Shri L.R. Tiwari ji, for his words of motivation, guidance, and thank you so much, sir, for always, blessing us for all the occasions, and we have been blessed to have you on this National Conference Day. Now, may we request our dear founder sir of Rahul Education, Sri L.R. Tiwari ji, and Professor Rajesh Arora, Honorable Vice Chancellor, Apex Professional University, Arunachal Pradesh, to kindly release the first volume of the peer-reviewed journal, that is IJAIR, International Journal of Advanced and Innovative Research, having the ISSN number 23947780, and to inform all the audience over here, the impact factor of the said journal is 7.36. I request our founder chairman and honorable vice chancellor to do the honors with a click of button.
Now
And-
over here, Amna, we are going
Yes,
to
sir.
have
Yes,
virtual as well as I could able to gather around the books. Okay, the first volume late night over there,
Yes,
and
sir.
so I
That
am
is-
requesting the chairperson to kindly release the first volume of IJR journal, and also requesting Professor Rajesh Arora sir to kindly release it on the virtual platform. So we go with the virtual platform first, and then we go with this books first.
So to inform the audience, we have the virtual as well, and we have it physical also. We have our founder chairman and principal sir along. Professor Rajesh Arora, so can you go forward with the same? Yes, inauguration on the virtual platform first.
Sure. How do I do that?
With the click of a button, sir. We'll be sharing a screen. Indeed, it is an honor to have this on the virtual as well as physically. We were able to receive the journal.
Very nice. Yeah, just a little straight. Yeah. Can we see the name? Yeah.
Yes.
Going.
IJAIR journal. We
Yes.
have already published
Very
the
nice.
first one. Congratulations to the entire team, all the participants. Yes, sir.
Please go with the virtual also.
Yeah, I am looking forward to the click.
The click, please.
Yes, sir. The technical department is doing the same. Yes, sir. So due to certain technical issues, they'll be
No
doing
issues.
the same in a while. Should we continue forward, sir?
So go with that also. Yogesh
Okay, sir.
and Rutika.
Yes, sir. Yogesh sir, that PPT.
Till the time we have a virtual platform release of the journal, I would like to introduce that I just said about the first journal, that is IJIR. I told you about the impact factor of 7.36. Now just to introduce a little bit about the research papers and the journal as well. The very first volume that we have just released by our founder chairperson and our principal sir, and on the virtual platform also Rajesh Arora sir is doing the same. The first volume of our journal consists of 40 research papers. Now we have received all these research papers, out of which we have reviewed the research papers and finalized the 40 for the first volume. The 40 research papers consist of 34 research papers which are from the teaching fraternity of various colleges, universities that we have received on pan-India level. So here we have the research papers not just from one state, two state, three state, but there are so many states of the country who have followed up and sent us the research papers. There are so many students also from all over the nation who have sent their research papers. So in the very first volume, to conclude, I would say there are 34 research papers from the teaching fraternity, while we have 6 papers that have been finalized from the students' end. And as our principal sir has informed, we are also coming up with the second publication of this journal very soon with almost 40 more research papers. As sir has already introduced in the beginning, we have almost received more than 100 research papers, out of which we have finalized 40 for the first edition, and soon the second publication will also be released. And now, as you see, we have, been touched up with all this digitalization. Now, within a span of, a minute or 2 minutes, this journal will be released on all the social media platforms, and people who have participated, who have published their papers, will receive the e-journal very soon. Now, indeed, this is a very proud moment for the entire, the research paper, for the entire conference team, for all of us who have participated in this national conference, that we already received IJAIR and the impact factor. Along with it, I would also like to introduce that we have also, and along with this, I would like to also introduce that we also have the research journal for UGC listed as well. We have listed in the group 2 of UGC and Web of Science ESCI, Emerging Source Citation Index Journal, and the name of the journal as introduced by our dear chairperson of the conference, International Journal of Modern Agriculture, having EISSN 23057246. So this is all about the information about the journals that we have, plus along with that the UGC Care listed journal. I would like to thank our dear founder chairperson and our principal sir.
Amna,
Yes,
I
sir,
would
yes,
request
sir.
you to just wait for a moment.
Yeah, sure, sir.
Have the
Sure,
virtual
sir.
inauguration.
Yes,
Virtual
sir.
release of the
Yes, sir.
e-conference book.
Yes, yes. We continue with the launch of the virtual platform as well, since our founder chairperson already did it, physically. Now may request Rajesh Arora sir to do the honors on the virtual platform as well. Over to you, sir.
Yogesh, please connect.
Do I click this now?
Yes, sir.
Nice.
Thank you so much, our dear founder chairman sir, our honorable principal sir, and Rajesh Arora sir as well, for doing the honors of releasing the e-conference on the virtual platform also, and we have been honored to do it physically as well. Thank you, sir, for doing the honors. Now, I would like to request Assistant Professor Rutika Malik to introduce our chief guest, Professor Rajesh Arora, Honorable Vice Chancellor, Apex Professional University, Arunachal Pradesh. Over to you, Rutika ma'am.
Yes. Thank you, Anna. Good morning, one and all present over here. I, Assistant Professor Rutika Malik, Coordinator BSc CS Department, welcome everyone to one-day national level e-conference organized by Shree Tiwari Degree College. It gives me immense pleasure to take this opportunity to introduce our chief guest of the day, Professor Rajesh Arora sir. He has a mixed blend of industry and academic for the past 30 years. His journey with the University of Mumbai on a professional role and as an approved director by Pune University, external examiner with IMA Bahrain, IUM Nambia, visiting professor at DHBW and GSO, Germany, AUSN, USA, Heriot-Watt University in Dubai and Kuwait, IMT, Dubai, King's University College, Ghana, has made him part of global teaching community. His noteworthy contributory work with TACK Training International UK and SHL UK on training in adult education, facilitation skills and competency assessment and development work excels him in the field of human capital assessment. He has contributed to research and consultancy work for large multinational corporate and global organizations in FMCG, consumer durables, BFSI, IT, and ITES, automotive, manufacturing, and hospitality sector. Professor Rajesh Arora specializes in quality and accreditation process and has been instrumental in representing institutions for NAC and NBA, including regulatory bodies like AICTE and UGC. He was designated as host scientists by Department of Science and Technology, GOI, and FICCI for postdoctoral fellowship for African scholars under Dr. C.V. Raman Fellowship Program. His main areas to teach and research are entrepreneurial management, business strategy, and human capital initiatives. About his education, PhD in Business Policy and Administration from University of Mumbai, Maharashtra, MBA from University of Mumbai, Maharashtra. About his publications, the interaction between urban culture space, the stratification structure of its subject, and higher education internationalization, IIM Bank Indore. Innovation in talent transmission in banking, finance, and insurance sector, middle management level in India, AIM, and Loyola Marymount University, USA. The changing channels and NITIE Mumbai. We are blessed to have Professor Rajesh Arora ji among us. May I request Honorable Vice Chancellor to kindly guide and motivate us with his words of wisdom. Over to you, sir.
Thank you so much. Am I audible to everyone?
Yes, sir, you're audible.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. It's a matter of great honor and pride to experience this today morning. In spite of all the odds, I really congratulate the institution of organizing an event of this sort and keeping the spirit of research, academia, students, and all of us alive. Shubham karoti kalyanam, arogya dhan sampada, shatrabuddhi vinashaya, deepam jyoti namastate. Deepa jyoti parabrahma, deepa jyoti janardanam, deepo hartu me papa, deepo deva namastate. It's always, we start by lighting the lamp in every event. And the most important fact of lighting such lamp is to say that God, let the light be in us. And I'm sure the kind of research output this institution has produced by virtue of this conference, it will tremendously spread immense light and to the entire body of knowledge. Namaskar, Shree SLRTDC, Founder Chairperson, Rahul Education. Srimati Krishna Tiwari ji, Joint Secretary, Rahul Education. Dr. Pramod Pandey ji, Dean College of Fisheries, Central Agriculture University, Tripura. Dr. Arvind Luhar, Chairman, Board of Studies, Accountancy. And Vice Principal Dr. Nishiganja Thakur, College of Science and Commerce. Senior faculty members, conference attendees, and staff and students. I'm really glad to be associated with this one-day multidisciplinary event of the conference, titled as Digital Space Innovation, Transformation, and the Futuristic Approach Leading the World, in association with Internal Quality Assurance Cell of SLRTDC in collaboration with University of Mumbai and Indian Accountancy Association. I'm sure to make the dream work, it needs a teamwork. And every member who has been mentioned in the title of the conference have worked together to make this a success. I congratulate the institution once again and providing us an opportunity to come together and discuss the entire body of knowledge in different areas of track, whether it is HR, marketing, finance, IT, or operations. Digital has been the word for today. Isn't that it has impacted every individual in this world? Literate or illiterate, you see Google coming out with different Indian languages. I don't think that was possible 10, 15 years back when Google actually started. Customizing the product and becoming local, right, with global initiatives has been the norms of today. But it's a challenging task. It's not possible to do it every time and everywhere. But yes, owning a smartphone is necessary evil irrespective of the stature in the society. The brands fits every pocket size. Digital marketing has actually become an incredible influence on people's interaction, work, purchases, life habits, and things like that. It's an uphill task and constant change and innovation that today we have higher dependency on digital universe to work on brand recalls, awareness, and its impact. It is interesting to note that how organizations are actually using the every wheel of communication before landing on space. And here, the space I actually mean, as it has been used in the conference title also, I term it as customers. Because without customers, without this business conference, without a revenue, without an output, nothing is going to work. And as a result, such wheel of communication, don't you think it should provide a channel to promote products, services, and transparent messages for customer benefits? We've been talking it loud for so many years. Right the time when I started the first time, the Philip Kotler marketing management, or maybe Ramaswamy Namakumari at our time, we always kept on talking about. But with Generation Z coming up, don't you think these customer benefits have been really being exploding and coming in a different track, which we never thought 20 years back? What has happened to the HR digital revolution today? Asking few questions, tell me something about yourself. What are your strengths and weaknesses? And today we are talking about that don't come to the office, but you can definitely post your uh, 3 minutes, 2 minutes, or 5 minutes, or few session talks, and the interview is already done. You can give an interview in a very comfortable environment. So I think this rapid speed in which the organizations are really looking out for effective, productive ways to meet and evolving demands of doing business, agilities, 24 by 7 access of its employees, global access I would talk about with speed, accuracy. Leading organizations have now started either disrupting or they are ready to get disrupted because it is like shape up or shape out. We don't know from where the challenges are going to come up, whether it's going to be people, it's going to be process, technology, innovation, research and development, quality circles, assurances, so many things which we really need to know. And we need to remember this. How many likes did I get? It's a changing way we think and approach everyday work. 5 years back, whatever your experience as customer were, that has changed significantly. We perform our daily essential functions from our smartphones, banking, remote regulating the heat in our rooms, renting a vacation home, looking at the cab services, checking into a restaurant, or even maybe replenishing our stock. I don't know, the list really goes on. And maybe I can't do it still much better, but I can definitely endorse that my kids can do it better than me. Or do I say that every kid born after me is more intelligent than me? And probably they will embrace the digital revolution better and faster, which others can't. Hence, I think the skill building becomes extremely important. There were days in 98 where we talked about the adapted computer education, the NITs, and so many education institutions were there. Today we don't see them. Why? Because the school education has embraced the computer education and so forth. You look at the coding classes happening with the 7th standard or 6th standard student, which was supposed to be done by an engineering graduates. And we used to look at small exercises done by them. And today the schools are showcasing such events and talents of our small kids in the secondary section to do it. Life is really getting advanced, and so the skills, and so the capabilities. And hence it becomes extremely important for us to see how do we put across every issue and aspect of our life into the process. Globalization has increased the standardization of our accounting practices around the world.
Hello. No, sir, you're not audible. Hello. Sir, there is some kind of technical issue.
Sir, your mic is mute.
Your
Aurora,
mic is
sir. Your mic is mute.
I was actually muted by the host. I don't know. Just check on your side too.
Yeah, technical department, please check it.
No, now it's okay. You can
Now it's
continue.
okay, sir.
That's okay?
Yeah.
Fine. So I just recollect, I was talking about there are lots of standardizations that were done in accounting practices too in the past decade. And there are lots of regulations that have been also been incorporated that has affected the work of accountants, the way it has been looking at it. Cloud computing, if we talk about, the impact of on accounting records. But yes, benefit is that it's available anytime and anywhere. There has also been a lot of increase in accountability across all professions because governance, transparency, which has brought through this digitalization of records and access to it, and uploading the documentations very easily, has, I think, raised the standards of ethics and auditing standards very high in the accounting world, which was not possible earlier. But today you can do it. Your income tax refund also comes quite faster as compared to where you had to really follow up and you may not even be getting it. But I'm very happy to see the services provided by them that it comes very quickly. Uh, Social media, if you look at it, 10 years ago, I think it was just being in touch with friends, families, not very complicated. Yes, there were conflicting emotions. But how many likes did I get? But today, I think it's just beyond the staying connected. I think it has given birth to so many stars that I may forget the celebrities and I may be using people from the social media connect to market my brand too, which wasn't possible earlier at all. No one would be knowing me at all. Today, I would script my sessions and I'll put it across there for the benefit of the audience. And I'm sure there'll be huge amount of fan following for each and every activity. So digitalization has given a lot of space to all of us, but it all depends upon how do we use it. And hence, I see that these digital marketing strategies by all organizations are keeping 3 billion actively uh, people active on these social media all across the world, which is really a huge number. And you cannot get across all these numbers by any other means. And hence, I think embracing the digital part of the platforms have become a necessary evil for every individual, whether it's Facebook, Twitter, TikToks, we have seen so many WeChats, different methods which have been used across. We may do some kind of, testing to find out as to what people like and they don't like it. How can we forget the first time when we came to know that how social media was used to even influence election results in the US? And I'm sure that is a good strategy which is used everywhere now in the world and being very well honored to look at it. Different apps that have been used up and hooking up with 900 million global messages all across the world is a big task to look at it. How many forwards are you sending it across every day, sometimes even without reading it? And I think somewhere it was, I read in one of the research articles which said that every 60 seconds, so roughly around 3.3 million people are making a Facebook post and 29 million messages are distributed via WhatsApp. Imagine the kind of digital space that we are taking it across. So how do we send our message? And how relevant it is for us to send our message in short words. I definitely like Twitter because you have to give your message in a short sentence, very scripts, and so that people can understand it faster. So you don't have to use it long. And I think that requires a lot of intelligence for any person to do it. There's groups of data which I look at it in terms of the company choices, know how, where to see the data in coming track sessions. I'm sure the researchers are going to share some interesting ideas on what metrics are most important for any company's success, whether it's HR or IT or operations or marketing. Because the key to getting this impact from data management is going to be a crucial discussion, which I see by the theme of this conference. Data mining and technology, you can definitely talk about that. I'm sure there'll be some papers also about that. We should share some part of our research output to show our contribution to the body of knowledge on this digital space and innovation. And I think the institution has done beautifully well by releasing the e-conference booklet today and also some hard copies. So I'm sure we'll have an access to it to read and also build our knowledge and database by easy access to such interesting information. I have some few questions for the researchers in the national conferences in the track and the chairpersons who are going to steer the discussions as to what is our business outcomes, how the data is going to be measured, how its impact is going to be on the wider business, knowing which customer channels are going to be payout, and how we engage customers in a meaningful way. Keeping all this perspective in mind, I'm sure we will have humongous amount of comments and feedbacks post the conference to know how these things have been really materialized well. We did talk about the transparency in the just few minutes back, and I would love to communicate here that There are certain sites which also talks about that customers have lots of intakes in terms of its information, whether it's packaging, its product information. We're talking about brand awareness, to know about how the product has to be used, how many have used it, how do they feel about that. I think we see all this information before even buying it. Don't you think this is the Generation Z customer who is ready to browse everything before they actually get into buying something? So it's not the traditional way of selling where you go and ask them that I need this, and you just rely on one information, but you have multiple informations available. I could not know about what the other insurance companies are doing it, but today digitally I can compare, contrast different insurance policies and understand what kind of benefits are they providing to their customers. I don't have to worry about what is written in their policy as a guideline, but I can definitely get an access to understand the main key points which we were never known in the past. Ordinary people not having any credentials or anything, but when they come to the social media to talk about all these things too, I think it makes a lot of sense. I'm sure you get lots of messages even in the morning when it comes from YouTube based on your areas of interest, and you definitely click it to see it, what it makes sense to you. So, in essence, I would say that digital success, businesses across the industries need to be aware on what the pace of change and investment that they need to put in learning and development for its people. Because this initiative is going to make the workforce as a cutting edge in the digital marketing and various selling tactics. Needless to say that in terms of its revenue, in terms of financing, in terms of dealing with payments, cash flows, sources and applications of funds, I think banking sector has taken up a big challenge and big revolution in this area. And I would really like to congratulate even the national banking sector of our country for them, which was an uphill task. But today you see that they have been bit by bit and shoulder by shoulder, even equivalent services with other various banks, whether they are private banks or MNC banks. But we definitely get good services in our own country from our local banks. It's a great activity that has been done, and thanks to various organizations, various services which we are using it across. So I'm not specifically naming anyone because I don't want to market any specific institutions, but I'm sure HSBC and JP Morgan kind of organizations, when they have set up their plants and the centers to ensure that there are lots of innovation and digitalization that takes place, it has also given a good employment opportunities for the techie graduates in our country, where we have huge number of engineering graduates coming out from the institutions, and they actually learn more in such places. So there are different ways we start looking at it. I would say the bottom line is that the brand wants to be successful, has to have a foreseeable future. They need to invest in kind of businesses and understand the complete cultural radar by keeping abreast of evolving technologies, platforms, along with digital content and digital talent, because these content development is extremely important. Needless to say, I heard many years back talking about search engine optimizations, and slowly, gradually, I think the new areas, the new avenues that came up with the black hat search engine optimization tactics, or I talk about the Panda way of updating, rewarding companies that would provide valued, information for their audiences. Or when Google started talking about the search engine industry in a different perspective to look at it, and practitioners came out, and there were certain digital courses that were also conducted. There's an update that happened for Google in 2014, again was a landmark. And how do we prioritize the HTTPS services? That's again encryption guarantee data integrity, which we talk about for users of confidential information. So I think this is where all things are really progressing at a faster pace than even our thoughts. And trust me, these people who are moving at a faster pace for this digitalization are extremely minuscule in number than the people actually who are the users. Don't you think that there are only just 24 people playing the football game, but there are 50,000 people watching the match? I think it's something like this in digital revolution, that you find that there are few people who are changing the way we think it. And I think we are ready to buy an Apple iPhone, irrespective of whatever is the cost. You still find such customers in our country who are ready to buy such phones. So as a result, I find that there are certain important areas which we start really looking at in assignment selling, predictive lead scoring, personalized videos in sales processes, product focused videos, long form videos could be there, voice search could be there. There's so many things which I would really love to actually talk about it right now, but I'm sure there's a shortage of time to look at it. So overall, if I'm going to really summarize to you, it's the culture is the key element, engagement in this digital transformation, because digital transformation can come, but it cannot come without a culture of amendment in our practices. That's quintessential to do it. And I think that's very interestingly, this conference organizers, they inaugurated the conference, they inaugurated the way the e-journal is going to be released. That was something extremely intelligent and interesting and impressive, I would say. This is where I would say, how does an organization culture go digital? This is one of the way, and I really congratulate the institution, and especially under the leadership of Dr. Sanjay Mishra, who has led his team so well to ensure that everything is done flawlessly in this conference. So I think it does go for a very intelligent, modern, transparent approach and use of social media, where we are live also on YouTube right now to look at it, so that we are able to reach our messages faster to the entire world. So this is how I would look at it in a very short time to really summarize the certain important pointers where we look at it. So let's see how the future definitely looks like. If I want to say the technology is going to be enabler, we need to expect change. We need to go drill down to look at certain important aspects of our information. We should be really looking at more on artificial intelligence. We should be ready to see that there will be no orientation done for employees, but it will be done by a robot, because you find chatbots happening in various places. So I personally don't like it because I want to talk to human. But yes, that's the norm of the culture. So I will also have to train myself to deal with chatbots. Driverless cars, which I see in UAE, has been already been practiced. I don't know how it works in India right now, but we need to see that. We need to also look at analyzing the patterns of email, because sometimes that we are bombarded with emails and we are not able to manage it. We can't find it out. So how do we lock and pop it? Things like that. We need to predict employee behaviors. Will artificial intelligence really help us out there? Can we do some kind of competency mapping through artificial intelligence? Can we do it through virtual assessment development centers? There's so many things which I have as a mark of questions for the conference, and I'm sure each and every person is going to be researcher is going to talk about. Finally, I think the last thing which I would like to really talk about, the finance track, if it happens, when's happening it. I'm sure the gap and the IFRS standards are definitely being discussed all the time, and India has to be really coping up with all that too. So I think, in a nutshell, which I would say that this is the smartest brief for which I could really think about to give it for the conference organizers, take it forward. And I'm sure we would listen to all the tracks and we will get lots of information. I would be very happy to receive a copy of the conference also, the e-journal, maybe,
Sure,
or
sir.
the hard copy, so
Sure,
that
sir. Sure, sir.
I can carry some of them to my university back.
Yes. Yes.
In Arunachal, currently I'm in Mumbai, so I can carry it back, and it could be also a good standard setting formula, for a lot of local. I think it will be very, very helpful. Thank you
Sure.
once again, and I'm sure this light is going to be always there with all.
Yes, sir.
Wish you good luck and all the best for the conference, and also all the best to the researchers who are going to be presenting. Thank you so much.
Over to you, Amna.
Yes, sir. Indeed, Professor Rajesh Arora, sir, your words of wisdom, you have enlightened us so much. I would just add up in your words itself. The world has indeed changed, and today we are all advanced on the different digital front. As you rightly said, you spoke about marketing platform, the HR, the social media, and it has also not left the accounting world. So thank you very much, Vice Chancellor Sir, for the words of wisdom and enlightening us throughout the conference and giving us a glimpse of the entire digital world. I am surely, understanding that this time slot was really less for you. You had a lot to speak, sir. The words that you spoke were really, really very informative for all of us. And once again, we thank you for being there with us and blessing us. And thank you, Professor Rajesh Arora sir. He was the Honorable Vice Chancellor of Apex Professional University, Arunachal Pradesh. Thank you a lot. Now with this, yes sir, with this we move forward and we mark an end to the inauguration session and we continue with the plenary session of the National Conference.
We begin with the plenary session.
Yes sir. Now may I request Assistant Professor Rashid Sheikh to introduce our guest of honor for the plenary session, Dr. Arvind Lohar sir. Over to you, Rashid sir.
Yeah, thank you, Amna ma'am. Good morning to one and all present over here. I, Assistant Professor Rashid Mahmood, Coordinator BSc IT Department. I'm here to introduce the guest of honor for today, Dr. Arvind Lohar sir. Dr. Arvind Lohar sir, he is a highly qualified personnel with many degrees to his credits. He is Maharashtra Educational Services Group A Class 1 Gazetted Officer, the Government of Maharashtra. He is Associate Professor and HOD in Commerce Accountancy at the Government of Maharashtra's Ismail Yusuf College of Arts, Science and Commerce. He is the Chairman Board of Studies in Accountancy, University of Mumbai. He is a member Academic Council, University of Mumbai. He is the member Research and Recognition Committee in Accountancy, University of Mumbai. He is the member Faculty of Commerce and Management, University of Mumbai. He is the member of First Court, Mahatma Gandhi Central University of Bihar, nominee of Ministry of Human Resource Development, Government of India. He is the chairman, Indian Accounting Association, Thane chapter. He has been a guide to PhDs and MPhil students in accountancy, University of Mumbai. He has been a resource person for UGC, HRDC, ICSSR, and Yashada. He has excellent legal expertise in RTI, court matters, UGC rules, and teacher service issues. With this, I welcome Dr. Arvind Lohar sir. Warm welcome, sir.
Okay, thank you, Rashid.
Thank you, sir.
For giving my nice introduction. I would like to...
It's a proud pleasure, sir. I'll just interrupt. It's a proud pleasure to have my Gurudev on the virtual platform. Please, sir, please.
You are very lucky that I'm attending your session right from the beginning.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
I would like to thank to the Rahul Education Society, its trustees, the principal, and my student, Sanjay Mishra, and all the supporting staff of SLR Tiwari College, and Arora sir for giving a very nice the speech on the relevant topic of the today's conference. And I assure you, sir, that I will take your topic to the next stage today only. Okay, and I will give it to the very different dimension. And my own Indian Accounting Association Thane chapter, and the lovely and the cheerful General Secretary Dr. Nishikant Jha. देखो आप उनके चेहरे से ही आप समझ रहे हो कितने cheerful है वो. And Dr. Kuldeep Sharma is the treasurer of Indian Accounting Association. Indian Accounting Association have carried out the n number of programs in the pandemic period, and that is mainly due to the wholeheartedly untiring work of the Dr. Nishikant Jha and his team. और अभी मैं स्क्रीन पे हमारे गुरुदेव कन्नन सर को भी मैं देख रहा हूँ. कन्नन सर, आपको भी हमारा नमस्कार है कि नहीं? आप लॉकडाउन में एकदम क्या बोलते हैं उसको, यंग एंड एनर्जेटिक हो गए हो। 2 साल पहले मैंने आपको जो देखा था और 2 साल बाद में देख रहा हूँ, ऐसा लग रहा है कि आप 10 साल छोटे हो गए, है क्या नहीं? आपका माइक बंद है सर। अभी फिर बंद हो गया सर, आपका माइक बंद।
दे में भी क्लोज ही है।
यस सर, यस सर, यस
सर,
यस सर, यस सर।
आप थोड़ा वेट पुटअप हो गया ऐसा लगता है।
यस सर, हो गया जरा कोविड के बाद में हो गया, मुझे कोविड हो गया था उसके बाद में क्या। नाउ लेट्स कम टू,
मेरा भी कोविड हो गया सर।
यस सर,
मेरा भी होके 15 दिन हो गए।
ठीक है, कोई बात नहीं। सो नाउ लेट्स कम टू अवर टुडेज टास्क। द टॉपिक which is being selected for the today's e-conference is on the digital and it's the futuristic approach leading to the new world. So I will just focus on how will be the futuristic approach or the dimension of the technology in the coming era. All my the audience from across the globe, since the today's session is the live on the YouTube, so the thousands of the peoples they are watching it. Dear friend, every generation want to go ahead one step of the previous one. कोई पीछे रहना नहीं चाहता, हर कोई आगे जाना चाहता है। And next is not always next. Next का next क्या होगा? We don't know. So the changes which is happening is not next. It is because in the last 15 years, in the world, the ability to communicate on the culture and the border is so heavy. Is so heavy that we never used to have such a big influence on human being and particularly on the youth one. Particularly on the youth one. So many directions with volumes of the informations are coming from so many directions. So the change is taking place is not next. It is taking place somewhere else. It is taking place somewhere else. And that change is too complex and mixed to understand. It's very complex. We can't understand this change. Then the level of information which is being bombarded on us through this technology, you will surprise that the whole cosmos, the whole universe, the youth has seen not only on the computer screen but on the mobile screen. उन्होंने कंप्यूटर स्क्रीन पे भी नहीं देखा है। मैं भी आज आपके साथ में जो रूबरू हो रहा हूं वो मेरे मोबाइल से ही हो रहा हूं, और मैं पूरे लॉकडाउन में मैं देख रहा हूं सबसे ज्यादा जो मेरे इर्द गिर्द अगर कोई चीज रहती है तो मेरा मोबाइल। यस, सो by the age of 18 the youth have seen everything. मैं क्या बोलना चाहता हूं आप समझ रहे? By the age of 18 the youth has seen everything on the mobile screen, which you need to see with body, mind and emotion. जो इंफॉर्मेशन आपको इस एज में मिलनी चाहिए थी, जो मिल रही है on your mobile screen, which you should have got through the contact of your mind, body and soul. So your mind, body and soul is absent. So by the time you will be of the 25 years old, What is next? Because you have seen everything. आपने 18 की उम्र तक सब कुछ देख लिया है. Everything you have seen on the screen of your mobile without involving your 5 senses. Now, what will happen when you will reach at the age of the 25? If such level of information continues with the manifold among the coming generation, you should not surprise in future that the major bulk of population will choose to do suicide. You should not surprise. वो दिन दूर नहीं है. वो दिन दूर नहीं है. This is the futuristic approach of the major bulk of the population will going through. It will be there due to the heavy bombardment of the information, and that information what we are getting without involving our 5 senses. If this nature of onslaught information is continue, the impact will be people will be wanting to terminate themselves, because there will be nothing to live for. There will be no joy, there will be no excitement. आपने देखा रहेगा जो लोग बहुत मोबाइल स्क्रीन के ज्यादा नजदीक रहते हैं, उनका ह्यूमन फीलिंग, ह्यूमन टच धीरे धीरे खत्म हो जाता है. जैसा see many a times we have heard through the media कि those who are playing the game of the PUBG, उनको जो टारगेट दिया जाता है सुसाइड करने का, किसी को कट करने का, किसी को हार्म करने का, किसी को खुद को हार्म करने का. The intelligent youth, those who were performing very good in their studies, they have lost their life. Then finally the government of India have decided to ban the PUBG in India. एक PUBG गया और किसी दूसरे नाम से गेम आ गया है. So all these things will not stop. So when we talk about the futuristic approach of the technology, we should also see that the technology should not overrule the human being. If it will overrule the human being, then what will happen next? Now, those who are 40 plus, जैसे मैं भी हूं, निशिकांत भी है, कन्नन सर भी है, संजय मिश्रा सर भी है, अरोड़ा सर भी है. Those who are 40 plus today, now just go back to your age of the 10 to 15 years. हमारे में वो इमेजिनेशन होगी, क्योंकि हम टेक्नोलॉजी के इतने क्लोज नहीं रहे. मैंने 10 से 15 साल बोले, इमीडिएटली आप 10 से 15 साल पीछे चले जाओ. ओके, तो 10 से 15 साल हमने आपको बोला, मतलब आपका 7, 8, 9, 10 when you were. Is there was any room for getting bored? क्या आप उस समय बोर होते थे? मैं तो कभी बोर नहीं हुआ उस समय. संजय, आप कभी बोर हुए थे? माइक बंद है. निशिकांत, तुम कभी बोर हुए थे? हाँ निशिकांत?
नहीं सर, नहीं सर.
निशिकांत तो आज भी बोर नहीं होता है.
बहुत कुछ खेलते थे सर.
है कि नहीं? हाँ,
टेक्नोलॉजी
है कि नहीं? Yeah. There was nothing. There was no room to get bored about anything. We were so excited about every little thing. ये गोटियां खेलना, ये गिल्ली डंडा खेलना, ये छुपा छुपी खेलना, है कि नहीं? सर एकदम रिफ्रेश होके आते थे. आज के यूथ में देखो, आप एक 10th स्टैंडर्ड के यूथ के पूछो, they will tell I am bored. There is nothing in the life. Everything is the technology and a very small screen. इतनी छोटी सी दुनिया से इतने छोटे से एक प्लेटफॉर्म पे लोग जो है, they are observing the entire cosmos. What will happen? See, today the 20 love affairs are possible. with the help of the technology. Yes or no?
True, sir.
The 20 love affairs are possible with the help of technology. And this will certainly overload the mind. अरे इंसान इधर एक नहीं संभाल सकता है, अगर 20 रहेंगे तो क्या हाल होने वाला. And you will think why I am here, and you will think why I am here. Then the thought will come, to be or not to be, to be or not to be. ये शेक्सपियर ने कहा था, to be or not to be. उसका एक नोवेल था, उसके अंदर ये कंसेप्ट था, to be or not to be. तो शेक्सपियर जिंदा हो जाएगा. ठीक है. So these thoughts are coming because you are not touched by the light. Because you are not touched by the light. So what will happen? So the disaster will be very big. We are not opposed to the technology. We are not opposed to the futuristic approach of the technology. We should encourage the use of the technology, but with the human face. So the responsibility of the parent is also there. The responsibility of the teacher is also there. जिस मोबाइल को कैंपस में लाने के लिए बैन था और बच्चों के ऊपर चार्जेस और फाइन एंड पेनल्टीज लगाई जा रही थी, हाँ कन्नन सर, बरोबर क्या?
अभी भी 1 साल का कंट्रोल.
बट नाउ अभी अपने यूनिवर्सिटी ने भी अभी जो एमकॉम का टाइम टेबल इश्यू किया था उसमें नीचे लिखा हुआ था, बरोबर, मोबाइल फोन्स आर नॉट अलाउड. देन आई इमीडिएटली कॉल द कंट्रोलर. मैं बोला सर थोड़ा गड़बड़ हो गया है, सब कुछ मोबाइल पे ही है कि नहीं? सो द लाइफ इज एक्सट्रीमली मिक्स्ड. सो द लाइफ इज extremely mixed. So it is a wake-up call for all. So we cannot ignore the your futuristic approach of the technology. We have to accept it. Those who will not accept the technology, they will be thrown out of the competition. If you want to remain in a competition, you must have the sharper hands on the technology. You must imbibe the technology with the human face. But side by side, you don't believe that only this screen is the ultimate place of the joy and the happiness. You also explore the other mediums. Have a dialogue with your family, your colleagues. Don't remain cut from dams, because this technology is cutting human to human. So it should not be the case. So now it is 10:30. I was given time till 10:30 only. Since I am the guest speaker, I am not the resource person. So I don't want to take even a single minute extra. When I am a resource person, I have a liberty. So I wish all the thanks to the organizer of this conference, all the chairperson, all the presenters, and all the audience, those who are watching this event through the YouTube. And I wish and announce that this conference is a grand success. Thank you, Sanjay.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. Thank you. Over to you, Amna.
Yes, sir. Thank you so very much, Dr. Arvind Luha sir, for motivating us and all the words that you have guided us throughout the entire conference. Your support in this entire national conference is much appreciated by the entire Rahul Education and Shree Tiwari Degree College. Now moving further, I request Assistant Professor Sai Sawant ma'am to introduce our guest of honor of plenary session, Dr. Pramod Kumar Pandey sir. Over to you, Sai ma'am.
Thank you, Amna Miss. Very good morning to one and all present here. I, Assistant Professor Sai Sawant, the coordinator of BMS department, would like to welcome you all for this plenary session. It gives me an immense pleasure to introduce such an eminent personality, Dr. Pramod Kumar Pandey, Dean of College of Fisheries, Central Agricultural University, Tripura. A very warm welcome to you, sir. Namaste, sir.
Thank you.
Sir is a grandson of Mahapandit Padma Bhushan Rahul Sanskritayan, great Hindi author. Sir has done his PhD from Central Institute of Fisheries Education, Mumbai. Sir has 33 years of experience. He has worked as scientist, senior scientist, principal scientist at CIFE, Mumbai. Then as Dean, College of Fisheries, Central Agricultural University, Agartala for 5.5 years. As informed by our principal sir just 2 days before, sir, that is Dr. Pramod Kumar Pandey sir, has taken over the position of Director of Indian Council of Agricultural Research, Directorate of Cold Water Fisheries Research, Bhimtal, near Nainital, Uttarakhand. A heartiest congratulations to you, sir. He has published more than 150 research papers in international journals of high impact factor, 7 books, several popular articles and manuals. Sir has visited USA, Mauritius, Thailand, Myanmar and Nepal. Now I would request our guest of honor, Dr. Pramod Kumar Pandey sir, to enlighten this session with his motivating words. Sir, please.
Thank you very much, ma'am. Am I audible, sir?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Because I am sitting in Tripura, so where network issues may be there. I'm not very sure. So let us hope that we don't face the network problem. So
Yes,
most
sir.
respected Dr. Shree SLRTDC, founder, chairman of Rahul Education Group, Professor Rajesh Arora, chief guest of today's function and vice chancellor, Apex Professor Society from Arunachal Pradesh, Srimati Krishna Tiwari, joint secretary Rahul Education, Dr. Arvind Luha, chairman, board of studies in accountancy from Mumbai University, Dr. Nishikant Jha, vice principal Thakur College from Andivali, Dr. Sanjay Misra, principal and very good friend of mine. So it's a matter of, and all the faculty members, non-teaching staff, dear students, participants from all over the world. It's a matter of great pride for me to be associated with such an important event being organized by Rahul Education Group of it. And since I have been associated with this organization maybe for more than 20 years, if I remember, if I'm right.
Yes, sir.
And I have seen its growth since 1992. And I take this opportunity to thank Sri L.R. Tiwari Sahab for his visionary ideas, his social cause, and you name it, and they have all the courses on this earth being managed by this group in and around Thane, Palghar, and of course Chandauli, Uttar Pradesh. So it's a really very good job being done. So I would like to thank the organization. And of course, I would also like to thank the organization for organizing this very relevant topic of the conference. And we all are on the virtual platform, so that itself speaks about the importance of digital world. That is how we could all join together, and we all are sitting at the different places, and we can see, we can listen to each other. I firmly believe on the quote, the destiny of the country is being shaped in its classroom. That noble job is being done by the organization. And today's world is really digital world. There's no denying, and they have selected a very right kind of chief guest in the form of Professor Arora, who has narrated almost each and everything related to digital world. So there could not have been a better chief guest for this program than Professor Rajesh Arora. So I would like to thank organizers for
Thank you, sir.
selecting such a relevant chief guest. As far as I am concerned, I am really not the man from the digital world. But however, in a given situation, and since I was asked to speak by my friend Dr. Sanjay Misra, so I was trying to recollect what can I speak. So definitely I will have a different perspective since I belong to agriculture and allied sectors. So all of you must be remembering that our first Prime Minister Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru said that everything can wait, but not the agriculture. The simple reason being, when most of us who are sitting here, they might be earning lakhs of rupees salary or maybe income from different sources. But at the end of the day, we have to eat either rice, chapati, dal, whatever. And if you look at the global population, so it is somewhere around 7.6 billion presently, and it is predicted to be around 10 billion by 2030 or 2050, if I'm right. It means there will be increase of 25% in the population if it continues to grow the present level. And we need to provide the food to each mouth. And especially United Nations is having the sustainable development growth by 2030. So this sustainability is one of the very important areas. So we cannot go for over exploitation of the resources. It means these resources has to be managed in such a manner that they remain sustainable. It's our moral responsibility and duty to pass on these resources in a befitting manner to the next generation so that they can really use it properly. It means what I'm trying to narrate is that we must use these resources in a very, very precise manner. Therefore, a term has been coined that is called precision agriculture. It means what? We must know how much water to be given, how much fertilizers to be given, how much feed to be given to the fish if you are culturing the fish. So all these can be managed properly to this digital world. And if we talk in terms of India especially, when we became independent in 1950s and all, our population was somewhere 1/3 of this, what we have today. But still it was said that we were the country from ship to mouth. It means though we had 1/3 population, but we were not producing that much that even we can feed whole the population. As and when wheat or other food grains were coming from other countries, that time only people were getting. Now our population has grown almost 3 times, but our production has grown 6 times. But with the increase in population, limited land availability, these resources has to be managed properly. Even if you talk about the water, it is only about 1% of the fresh water which is available to be used by all the living beings, including human beings. Out of that 1%, we are using for irrigation, we are using for drinking purpose, bathing purpose, for animals, everybody. So all this has to be managed using this digital world so that we do not waste the water. Nowadays, we are talking about sprinkling irrigation. So that has to be managed digitally, that how much each plant needs the water so that we don't waste the water. How much nitrogen, phosphorus is required. So that is also being managed in that fashion. So when we talk about, say, we have such a vast ocean. We have a coastline of around 8,118 kilometers, starting from Gujarat up to West Bengal, Of course, it includes Andaman Nicobar, Lakshadweep as well. So now as land is being utilized up to its maximum level, so these are the areas which needs to be exploited to generate the food. Now to generate the food, our fishermen are going for fishing purpose. So they need to locate where the fisheries are located, where the fish are located, which are the fishing grounds. So there are potential fishing zones which are being identified using the satellite data, which are being identified using the remote sensing data. Not only that, fishes are mostly found where there will be rich food availability in the form of phytoplankton, zooplankton. When we talk about the phytoplankton, that is algae. The algae means it is having the pigments. So these satellites are in position to find out the rich pigmentations. So the areas which are rich in pigments due to the presence of algae and other phytoplankton can be categorized as a potential fishing zone. So that this kind of the information using the present smartphone, which is available with more than 80% of the populations or 70%, these informations can be passed on day-to-day basis so that fishermen go there only so that we can conserve the energy, we can increase their income, we can increase the fish catch. Not only that, when we are increasing the fish catch, so what is happening? We are exporting it also. So we are getting the foreign exchange. And you'll be surprised to know that though India is an agriculture country, but amongst the agriculture products, fish is one of the topmost product which is being exported, wherein we are exporting worth 47,000 crore rupees. And our target is to increase it to 1 lakh crores. So that is all possible due to the digital world. Not only that, once they reach to the fishing ground, they again need to locate it at what depth fishes are there. So for that purpose, during the Second World War, echo sounder and sonars were developed to find out the submarines and other enemies. So that is being used nowadays to find at what depth it is lying. What is the shoal size? What is the, how big is the school in which they are moving? So that is one of the areas. Another area, it has become very easy due to this digital world to find out using the remote sensing data, GIS, etc., to find out how much water bodies are available and what kind of water bodies these are, whether it is ponds, tanks, rivers, reservoirs, so that once we are aware that how much potential area is available which can be utilized for the fish production, so that can be really taken into policy making, that what should be our policy, how much money is required, how much input is required in the form of seed, feed, fertilizers, etc. So this is one area. When we talk about fish identification, or for that matter, any species identification, so we all are well aware about the DNA fingerprinting, which is happening, which is taking place. So that is being used very successfully. And in fact, we have done a very successful program for whole of Northeast India, because Northeast India is a very difficult and different kind of the terrain which is available, which is not easily accessible. So we have explored whatever fish fauna are available throughout Northeast India. Therein we have gone for the DNA fingerprinting. We have done the barcoding, like it is found in the shopping mall, etc. That you put the machine and you find out which fish it is, what are its, how many chromosomes are there, etc. So this is the digital world presently. When we talk about the education system, so nowadays, even in my office where I have joined day for study, everything has become e-office, paperless. So whatever applications are being submitted by the employees, it's being approved, it is being recommended, it is being rejected. So it means today we all need to know and understand this digital world. If we do not know, it means it is as good as we are illiterate in today's day. Not only that, of course, it was pointed out by Dr. Lohar, it is having the merits, demerits, everything is there. So it has to have the human face. We must try to make use of it rather than becoming the slave to the technology. So that is where the margin of error is very, very negligible. We have to be very careful. If you want to use it carefully, it is really useful, it is really meaningful. Without this, you cannot live, you cannot survive. Today you go to the library, many of the journals which needed a lot of money to be procured, especially foreign journals, it is available on the click of the mouse. You just click and it is available wherever you are sitting. Even I remember those days when we were doing the PhD, so people used to have the reference card for collecting the citations. They used to collect. It was a big job. Everybody used to move with such a bulk of the citation cards, reference card. But nowadays, everything is available on the computer. Not only that, whatever research work, since I am from the research domain, so whatever research we are publishing, we are putting it on Google Scholar. We are putting on ResearchGate, so that we are in position to popularize it and people are in position to make use of it. And as it is pointed out by our Rajesh Arora Saab, that you can see how many clicks are there. So we are in position to see, and I am really very fond of visiting my ResearchGate almost every day, once at least every day, if not twice. I visit to see that how many people have read my paper, from which institute, from which country. And that gives immense satisfaction. That motivates me to do better. That motivates me to publish in high impact factor journal, so that it is read by the people and society at large gets benefited. So there are many, many uses which we can make, especially with reference to the academics, and especially in the places like Northeast India, which is very remote, which is not well connected, and there are many places in the world which are not well connected. So this technology is making it really useful. See, during this pandemic period, when we had the lockdown, we had the closed down periods. So it was the technology in the form of the digital world which was being made for virtual classes. Now, but it is high time that the people who are sitting in the academics, they have to think in terms how to make this examination system technology friendly, because that is a big challenge being faced by all the academics. Because so far we have been used to having the physical examinations where students are present physically, but this corona pandemic has made us to realize, has made us to devise some of the means and ways how to conduct. UGC is also thinking seriously. All the academicians must think it seriously. Even I remember that Mumbai University many times they said that they will conduct online, that they decided not to conduct online exams. The reason being we do not have the foolproof system. So we need to think over seriously how we can make use of it. And then to my students friend, of course, nowadays we all are having the smartphone every time we are busy, many a times in unnecessary things. But it is high time we must try to make best use of the instruments which are available. Of course, it is having merits, it is having demerits, but it is up to us how do we make use of it. If we really make use of it, there is no better friend than the smartphone, computers, laptops, you name it, it is there. And of course, we should not be misusing it, because if we are misusing it, we are misusing it at our own cost, at our own peril, as it is rightly pointed out by our chief guest. So therefore, I think this program of digital space innovation transformation, which is being organized by this Rahul Group under the chairmanship of Dr. Sanjay Mishra and his team, very rightly at a very right time, and this will give immense insights what is happening in and around the world. And especially I request my students friend to make best use of it, so that you can really make use of it for the betterment of the society. Because what I used to say, we are born by mistake in this world, because such a large population is there. If few persons like me would not have been born, it would not have made much difference to the world. But having born, it's our moral responsibility and duty to do something worthwhile for the development of the society, to learn from the society, to imbibe the good things wherever it is available. So this is the right time, and it's an opportune time that we must try to make best use of this e-conference, which is being organized by the Rahul Group of Education. And I'm really sure that this e-conference will make its impact, will be really useful, successful, and its deliberations will come out with some very, very important recommendations which will be useful in the digital world, whether it is in accountancy, whether it is in agriculture, whether it is in everyday today life. So I'm really thankful to all of you for inviting me, and I wish a grand success to the program. Thank you very much, sir. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Over to you, Amna.
Yes, sir.
And I will take the permission to leave the conference, as I am having 11 o'clock another meeting.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. Pramod Kumar Pandey, sir, for all the words of wisdom and providing us an insight in the digital world. Thank you so very much, sir. Now I request Assistant Professor Daksha Chaudhary ma'am to introduce the plenary session moderator, Dr. Nishikant Jha, sir. Over to you, Daksha ma'am.
Thank you so much, Amna ma'am. Good morning to all. I, Assistant Professor Daksha Chaudhary, Conference Convener and Coordinator of Internal Quality Assurance Cell of Shree Tiwari Degree College, feel extremely honored to welcome our today's plenary session moderator and enthusiastic personality and my mentor, Lion Dr. Nishikant Jha, sir, Vice Principal of Thakur College of Science and Commerce and Secretary of Indian Accounting Association, Thane branch. Sir has been associated with many educational institutes and a competent, very well recognized MPhil and PhD guide in University of Mumbai. Sir has successfully completed 3 minor research projects with University of Mumbai. Sir also has 3 patents under IPR by Government of India to his credit. Sir is also Board of Study member for BCom Accounting and Finance for University of Mumbai, SRTM University Nanded, as well as many autonomous colleges. Sir has written almost 120 research papers and even more in national and international ISSN and ISBN journals, and more than 150 textbooks with ISBN and international book for Lambert Academic Publishing, Saarbrücken, Germany. Sir is an editorial board member for many Indian and international research journals on commerce and management. Sir is a life member for all India Commerce Association, All India Economic Association, Indian Accounting Association, All India Accounting Association Research Foundation, and Maharashtra Commerce Association. Sir has been awarded as an outstanding faculty by JARO UBI 2012 and 13, Best Commerce Author and Best Research Award 2013-14 by Maharashtra State Commerce Association Mumbai, National Citizen Gold Medal Award for Outstanding Individual Achievement in the Field of Education and Social Service from Global Economic Progress and Research Association, Chennai, Tamil Nadu in the year 2014, Rajiv Gandhi Gold Medal Award, JEPRA New Delhi 2014-15, State Level Mahatma Jyotiba Phule Excellent Teacher Award, Kalyan 2015 and 16, Maharashtra Guru Gaurav Award, Thane 2016 and 17, Maharashtra State Level Exemplary Teacher Award, Nasik 2017-18, Swami Vivekanand Human Resource Award at All India Talent Conference, Vasco, Goa 2018-19, Community Leader Award by PWD, Government of Maharashtra, MMB Department, and Kasi Global at YBC opposite Mantralaya, Mumbai in the year 2019-20. The presence of such a dynamic, multi-talented, and resourceful person will definitely give a new direction to all the young and innovative minds of research scholars. Now, I would request Dr. Nishikant Jha sir to kindly take over the charge as the plenary session moderator for today's e-conference. Thank you so much, sir. Over to you, Nishikant sir.
Thank you very much, Daksha. Indeed, it's a pleasure and privilege to be here with you. As sir has rightly stated, Sanjay is a student of sir. You are a student of mine.
Yes,
in
sir.
such a small time, you have achieved so many things. It's a really very proud moment for any teacher, right? Becoming a teacher, today you are a conference head, you are a IQAC coordinator. The sky, horizon
Yes.
is there for you to in days to achieve. But I'll start with this statement. मैं ये कहना चाहता हूँ because in the permission of Tiwari ji और सबके लिए जो यहाँ मौजूद हैं, because we are also as a part of this organizing team and I am representing IA Thane branch. This is one of the. This is Kanan sir. Yeah. So we are also host for this, and this is one of the successful event. As sir has rightly stated, the big credit goes to entire team under the leadership of Sanjay Misra sir, and of course the very effective management which we have seen since morning today, Tiwari ji, Krishna ma'am, and so on. इसके लिए मैं कहना चाहता हूँ सबके लिए, सत्य को कहने के लिए किसी शपथ की जरूरत नहीं होती। सत्य को कहने के लिए किसी शपथ की जरूरत नहीं होती। नदियों को बहने के लिए किसी पथ की जरूरत नहीं होती। नदियों को बहने के लिए किसी पथ की जरूरत नहीं होती। जो बढ़ते हैं जमाने में अपने मजबूत इरादों पर, जो बढ़ते हैं जमाने में अपने मजबूत इरादों पर, उन्हें अपनी मंजिल पाने के लिए किसी रथ की जरूरत नहीं होती. So what you have achieved today, this pinnacle of success without any support and in this virtual mode, I cannot forget when last year when we were planning about this, we have so many things, whether it will be succeed, whether we'll be able to do it, whether we'll be able to do it in this academic year. So many thoughts were coming, and it's, of course, today we are enjoying the success story of it. But the work, but the thought, but the process which we have, put for making this as a success is a very, very challenging and a very vast story since a year. Since last year, 2020, we had a planning of keeping this kind of conference. And today we have reaping the fruit of great success of it. Today, as I am representing IA Thane chapter in the capacity of secretary of Thane chapter with my colleague and mentor, Dr. Arvind Luharji, who is the chairman of my branch, my friend and colleague, Dr. Kuldeep Sharma, who is the treasurer of my branch, and many members like Sanjay sir, Pooja ma'am, Kuldeep sir, and so many, Sama ma'am, all are the members. As and when we required their support, they always supporting us. A big thank from the family of IA Thane branch. Of course, we need to take the blessings of Tiwari sir, who has inaugurated this function. Sir, thank you very much for giving us this opportunity to associate with your institute also. Krishna ma'am, who is the joint secretary, and the dynamic chief guest of today's session, Rajesh Arora ji, who is initiated this thing. But before putting their words, let me brief you about IA Thane branch by sharing the screen. It's a very young branch of entire IA Thane IA group, Indian Accounting Association, which is a chapter of US Accounting Association. And in this 5 to 6 year, we have reached to so many places, to so many institutions, to so many states, to so many countries. And this was possible because of virtual presence, because of digitization, because of innovation, what we are using it for the growth of our branch. So this is the success story which I wanted to put as a case study. Okay, we have reached to more than 250 universities, more than 1,000 institutions, more than 5,000 UG and PG colleges by way of their association, by way of their participation, and these subscription and views has been reached approx 3 lakhs. We have conducted more than 250 webinars. We have more than 250 resource person. We have more than 2 lakhs of registrations. And this is how the success story went with our associates. And today we have got a new partner as LR Tiwari College. Thank you very much. Once again, on behalf of IA Thane chapter. In concluding remark, I would really say it was a roller coaster round of entire inaugural function, whereby we had a blessings, we had a strong support of management, we had a vast history of LR Tiwari group, which has been given by Daksha. Honestly speaking, even I was not aware about it. And a strong welcome speech by Dr. Sanjay Misra, who is the principal of this institution. And then the things has been taken over by a dynamic Vice Chancellor, Rajesh Arora ji. And I'm really proud he is also associated from Mumbai. So, sir, many success, and definitely this will create a new beginning of our relationship. We would love to be associated with you and your institution in days to come, and whereby sir has definitely given the theme of this regarding futuristic growth in the digital space, innovation and transformation through data science, data management, AI, etc., etc., and put forward certain questions to the chairman of the different technical session, to the paper presenters, to give these answers. And sir, definitely I have been as a team member of review committee. Many answers are given by our research scholar, and these are really very wonderful papers. And many papers we have rejected. Even I myself rejected many papers. And this is a very noble kind of research journal with plagiarism reports less than 15, and all due care has been taken before coming to the publication. And this pandemic, where the things are so bad, people are not getting oxygen, people are not getting ventilators, and these particular group has got more than 1,000 research paper. A big applause should deserve by entire team. इससे बड़ा और वो लोग क्या कर सकते थे. बहुत ही success story है. And then Arvind sir, my mentor, who has put that technology should not overrule the emotion, human emotion. Technology should be used with the human touch, with the human emotion, and with the human values. I'm just keeping that. And of course, the Pramod Pandey sir, who has talked about sustainable. I see, देखो उन्होंने कैसे different areas से सब अलग-अलग we can talk it कि अलग-अलग मोतियों को पिलोया और ये पूरे एक हार आपके सामने प्रस्तुत किया, which was extraordinary. And Pramod Pandey ji was talking about sustainable growth for next generation by optimizing the resources in the field of agriculture, and with and the fisheries, how the digitization is used in the fisheries industry, and how the India is looking forward to huge amount of export and huge revenue from this industry. So I think it was very enlightening session and inaugural, and very apt to the theme of the today's conference. I also thanks all the technical chairperson. They are very good friend of mine. Pooja ma'am, who is the principal of HR College. Kanan sir, always helping us our any invitation, and of course he should be the guiding force for all of us. Kuldeep, my own friend, is going to be there in the technical session as a chairperson. Shama ma'am, She's from Guru Nanak Institute, and Navseen, my own student of MPhil. Sanjay, जाते जाते एक चीज और बोल देता हूँ बेटा, बिकॉज हमने बहुत सारी कॉन्फ्रेंसेस की है, इसमें बहुत सारे जो प्रेज करेंगे, एक दो लोग होंगे जो क्रिटिसिज्म भी करेंगे। आपके इतने सक्सेस को क्रिटिसाइज करने वाला भी कोई बंदा रहेगा, तो उनके उस चीजों से आहत नहीं होनी है। ऐसा ऑलवेज कहा गया है कि बिना फल वाले सूखे पेड़ पर कभी कोई पत्थर नहीं फेंकता, बिना फल वाले सूखे पेड़ पर कभी कोई पत्थर नहीं फेंकता, पत्थर तो लोग उसी पेड़ पर मारते हैं जो फलों से लदा हो। तो शख्सियत अच्छी होगी तभी उन लोगों में बुराइयां खोजेंगे, बिना बुरे की तरफ देखता कौन है। तो आपकी अचीवमेंट को एंजॉय कीजिए, एंड इट्स अ बिग achievement. We announced from IEA Thane branch because in pandemic also, second phase of pandemic, we did so many events. It is one of the successful events. And now we are coming up with the MOUs because we have already signed the MOU with the Indian Institute of Chartered Accountancy. Even Arora sir, any institute who wants to come forward for skill development courses, kindly be a part of IIA Thane branch. There are courses which is only worth ₹200, and with their list, those students who is going to complete after their internship, the list will be uploaded on WIRC branch, and those students will be employable by the industry. So ये बहुत बड़ी अचीवमेंट है बच्चों के लिए, कॉमर्स मैनेजमेंट बच्चों के लिए। आप हमसे जुड़िए, and definitely yesterday it was inaugurated by President of IIA, so we are a part of it. Many institutions should take the benefit by associating with us, and we have very, very good ways whereby student and all the institution will gain the benefit of it. With this note, I'm really thankful to Arvind sir and Kuldeep for such a supportive office bearer and all my life members. Thank you very much, and thanks all the participants. It was your faith जिन्होंने आज इस थाने ब्रांच को इतना अचीवेबल और रिमार्केबल इंडियन अकाउंटिंग एसोसिएशन में बनाया. Thank you very much from the bottom of heart by all the members, by all the officers. Thank you very much, Sanjay, for giving me this opportunity.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. And over to you, Rutika. Amna.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Dr. Nishikant, sir, for enlightening us and for guiding us through all the national conference. And I would like to say that it was with the support of IAA, Indian Accounting Association, Thane branch, that we have had such a successful national conference. It was all the guidance, the support, the technical team, the research papers that we have. Everybody from tip to toe has helped us a lot. And today we stand here, on this day with such great success of ours. Whether it is on the virtual platform or the physical release of journal, that was really not possible. But in such a short span of time, as rightly said by Dr. Nishikant sir, that even during this pandemic time, we had so many papers, we had so many people participating. We have already, we are going towards a technical session also. We have so many people even doing the presentation. So really thankful to all the support that we have received from Indian Accounting Association at large as well. Thank you, Dr. Nishikant Jha sir. Now it's the time to propose an official vote of thanks for the inauguration and the plenary session of the National Conference. I call upon Assistant Professor Rutika Malik to do the same.
Thank you, Amna ma'am. Am I audible?
Yes.
Thank you, ma'am. A graceful and warm morning to our most valued guests, who are the teachers, management committee, and most beloved students. Last but not the least, all gathered over here. It's my privilege to have been asked to propose a vote of thanks for this event to all dignitaries assembled here. I, Assistant Professor Rutika Malik, on behalf of Shree LR Tiwari Degree College, would like to express our sincere thanks to Shree LR Tiwari ji, Founder, Chairman, Rahul Education, for encouraging us. Thank you, sir. I would like to extend my sincere thanks to Srimati Krishna Tiwari ma'am, Joint Secretary, Rahul Education, for being with us and for motivating us. I would like to thank our today's chief guest, Professor Rajesh Arora sir,
Vice Chancellor, Apex University. The guest who honored this function with his inspirational thoughts. We are really enlightened with your knowledge and presence. Thank you, sir. I would like to express our sincere thanks to the guest of honor, Dr. Arvind Luha, sir, Chairman, Board of Studies, University of Mumbai, and Chairperson, Indian Accounting Association. I extend a very hearty vote of thanks to the guest of honor, Dr. Pramod Kumar Pandey, sir, Director, Indian Council of Agriculture Research, Directorate of Cold Water Fisheries, Nainital, for motivating us. Thank you, sir. I would also like to express my gratitude to Dr. Nishikant Jha, sir, Vice Principal, Thakur College of Science and Commerce, and Secretary IAA, for providing encouragement on this platform. We all are inspired by your great words. I would like to thank our principal, Dr. Sanjay Mishra, sir, for his enthusiastic support and guidance. I would also like to express a sincere thanks to Assistant Professor Daksha Chaudhary, ma'am, Convener, National Conference, Organizing Committee, teaching and non-teaching staff for their support and coordination. With these warm words and a kind message, we move to the end of today's plenary session. Thank you. Yes, sir. Yes, yes, sir. Yes,
Sanjay sir, your mic is mute.
Hello, Rutika.
Yeah.
I would just like to add around.
Yes, sure, sir.
I would like to propose my vote of thanks to the peer-reviewed committee members for their wholehearted support and for guiding and blessing us. And a special thank around to the PRO of Indian Accounting Association, Mr. Ajit Yadav, because I remember, I know the late nights also we had around the conference calls, we had meetings, we had Zoom meetings around, and he was available, I should say 24/7. Thank you very much for each and everyone. Knowingly, unknowingly, if we have missed anyone, I would extend my heartfelt thanks around to each and everyone for supporting, for guiding, and for blessing our national conference. Thank you very much to everyone. We move towards the technical session. The technical session has just started. Thank you very much to each and every dignitary who has blessed us, who has given their valuable time, and who has also shared their knowledge with us. Thank you, one and all. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank
Bye-bye.
you. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, sir.
Bye.